All right, today we're going to take our assembled puzzle cube and we're going to create a exploded assembly with balloons and a parts list in Inventor. So first you have to have your puzzle cube fully assembled. Okay. Once you have that, go back to your home page and you want to create a presentation. When you create the presentation, it's going to ask you for the model. If it doesn't, then you go up to the upper left and click Insert Model. But we want the puzzle cube assembly that we have made. We open it up. From here, we're going to tweak the file. So up here in the upper left, you can click Tweak. Then you click on any part, and it gives you these little arrows. Now you can just grab and move. Okay, you can grab the middle and move any direction, or you can grab each individual arrow and move things off to the side. I'm going to zoom out a little. Zoom out a little bit. And once we have that one good, we can just hit the check mark and pick another part to tweak. Okay, we can move that out. We just want them all separated from each other. So you just keep tweaking your parts apart until they are all separated and not overlapping. You don't want huge gaps, but you don't want them overlapping each other as well. If you think you went too far, you can always re-grab it, or if you need to remove it and put it somewhere else, not remove, but to move it again, then you can just tweak it and then hit check mark when you're all done, and they are good. And then we're going to have to save that file. So just hit save. Just call it Puzzle Cube, but it's a presentation in IPN. Now we want to create a new drawing file. So we're going to go up to the upper left and click the little piece of paper. Go to the engineering drawing sheet, create. Again, it should have your information in there. Puzzle Cube project. Part name. This is our exploded view. And it's our first revision, so you can type a 1 there or leave that one blank. Say OK. When we get this, we want to place our base. If it gives you an error, just say OK. It'll bring in your part. We want to do the scale. Hopefully you can do a 1-to-1 scale, and it will all fit. You can move it around a little bit so it does not overlap. You don't want it sitting over the top of any of your lines, right? Don't want it hanging out. You don't want it over the title block. So put it so it fits in there and say OK. And now you have your exploded view. Now we would like it colored, and I forgot to do that. So we're going to double click, and we want to do the shaded so we can see what color the parts are. Okay, now we're going to click up here in the very upper left where there's File, go over to Annotate. Once you've clicked on Annotate, you're going to create the parts list. So go all the way across until you see parts list. When we get the parts list, we just have to tell it we want it of this puzzle cube. Okay, and then we're going to click OK. Say OK to anything that shows up, and you'll get a parts list. And then you kind of just fit that wherever it fits for now. We're going to be adjusting it, so it doesn't really matter where you stick it for this moment. You want to mouse over so it turns red, and then if you double click, you'll get a menu. Now the first thing we want to do is we want to edit this parts list, and we want to remove, I can't remember which one it is, over column chooser. So we're going to go to this first one and do the column chooser, and we want to get rid of that description. So we're going to remove that and say OK. And if you click apply, you'll notice it got rid of that thing, and so we can see it. We also want to go through and edit things. If we go over to the fourth one from the right, where it's the table layout, just say OK to anything that shows up. And we would like a heading at the top. So you want to do this. And again, if you say apply, you'll see it show up, and now it tells me the item, quantity, and part number. And I know it's moved it around, but don't worry about that. And when you have everything that you think is good, click OK. And now you can always go back, and when you get the 4, like the 4 little mouse, see this? It just makes it bigger. We don't want that. You got to get the 4, but there it is. Okay, you get the 4 arrows. Then we can move it around wherever we want. Okay, try to put it somewhere where it's kind of out of the way, but still visible, but it doesn't overlap your parts. And again, you can move this around so it doesn't overlap anything as well. Okay, we're good there with the parts. Now we need to make the balloons. And so if we go up here to the top, you can see balloon. Just click on balloon and then click on a part. Now you can click where you want the arrow to be. So click on an outside edge that has room next to it. So click on this outside edge, drag out, double click. That's part number 2, right? It's green. Look, item 2, quantity 1, it's green. Orange, I'm going to put it over on this side. Oops. Let me undo that. I clicked too fast. Click the edge. Sorry, click balloon first. Click the edge. Drag it out, double click. Do for the brown. Drag it out, double click. Purple. And yellow. And now you have all your parts, and they're all good. And now just adjust to make everything look pretty, and you're all good. That is an exploded view with parts list and balloons pointing out which parts they are.